Hi, good afternoon. So welcome from the Festival of Media Asia Pacific on our day 2, and we've just finished the Rising Stars judging. An amazing session, really trying to focus and nurture talent here in the Asian marketplace. Over 100 candidates applied to attend the Festival of Media and go through a rigorous training event, and 6 were chosen, and we've just seen presentations from all 6. So we thought it'd be a good idea to have a quick reflections from our jury here, and just to talk about a bit about the program and kind of the quality of the work that we've just seen. So I'm just going to ask our panelists to introduce themselves to the camera, and we're going to start at the end here with Bernhard. Who are you and where are you from?
All right, Bernhard Glock, originally from Germany, have been with Procter & Gamble for many years. I'm a consultant now, and I'm also the chairman of all the media festivals around the world working with Charlie.
Hello, I'm Wong. I'm from Singapore. I'm the Vice President for the Institute of Advertising, formerly the Head of Marketing for Heineken Vietnam. Enjoying myself judging today.
Hi, my name is Matthias Schuecking. I'm the Head of Marketing for Airbnb for Asia Pacific, here out of Singapore.
Hi, I'm Crystal Quack from Singapore. I lead content for Twitter across Asia Pacific, Middle East and Africa, and I was in the first Rising Star competition as a finalist 2 years ago.
My name is Seah. I look after Starcom MediaVest group across Southeast Asia. I'm also Charlie Crowe's minder, and I'm very happy to be involved with Rising Talent.
I always like to have ex-military people looking after me here when I'm in Singapore. So let's just quickly begin. One of the key parts of Rising Stars, which we do with Starcom MediaVest, is getting these guys, these young people, to work on a really challenging brief. And this year, the brief was set by Matthias from Airbnb, and it was a tough one. Matthias, why don't you explain a little bit about the work that you set for these young people?
Thank you. So we have briefed these rising stars on a project for Airbnb with a very small budget, with a focus on some key markets in Asia Pacific to drive brand awareness and to come up with a go-to-market strategy.
Go on, tell us a little bit more.
The outcome that we have seen from the participants was amazing. Very, very creative. They had a very small budget, they have very small time, but the quality of what they have delivered, how they have presented, how passionate they were, and how much fun they had about the project was just a testament to what a good brief, what a good brand can spark in young people. And
you set a pretty rigorous budgetary limit on this hypothetical brief. How did you go about setting it? What was it, and what was all that about?
I think it's easy to spend a lot of money and go into traditional ways, but with a very small budget, I think it makes them it makes them think harder about creative problem solving and new ways, innovative ways to go about media planning and how to reach the right people at the right time with the right message, without being intrusive, but rather invite them. And create brand advocates at the end of the day.
Now, Mei Wong, Institute of Advertising, what did you think of the quality of the presentations today?
Well, having judged in a number of young awards across Asia, I have to say that I'm extremely impressed today because the participants had the opportunity to talk about the insights of the millennials, and I felt they grasped that very well, and they are very comfortable with digital, and the level of creativity is extremely strong to my surprise.
Bernhard, what stood out for you in terms of, in a general way, in terms of the work that we've just seen?
For me, what stood out was the diversity of approaches and ideas and insights. It was the same brief, but all of them approached very differently, from having a fantastic idea, having a data-driven approach, having a very pragmatic approach throughout the presentation, having a very insight-driven approach, from everything evolved from the inside. So having seen these different approaches based on the same brief, and all were brilliant, that was a really eye-opener.
So let's pass it to Christelle. You have actually participated in Rising Stars. Do you actually think, what takeouts did you get? Did you think it helped you? And have there been any signs of success since you actually came on this project?
Well, of course, this definitely helped me a lot. I mean, in the past 2 years, my career has jump-started as well because of that, and I'm thankful, of course, to the Festival of Media and Starcom for sponsoring this great opportunity. But I'll love to talk a little bit about this year's candidates because this year's candidates were really amazing, and I think if I can sum them up, it's two statements. Creativity is a function of insight and intuition. They had both of that because they were really creative and they're intuitive about what AMB I think really wanted, but ultimately they could create out of it because creation is a function again of creativity and execution, and that was what they were really good at. So it was fantastic. I love it.
Thank you. So Jeff, just tell us a little bit about why you wanted to be part of this educational project in the first place, and and second point, how do you think it's helping?
I think first and foremost, it wasn't really about education. It was more about talent development. One of the key things I feel that the industry actually, well, creativity was always the talk of the industry, but most often not the life experiences of the first few years. People are always siloed into specific skill sets. I feel that a lot of the talent today, because they're a lot more exposed and a lot more, better read, because they have a lot of access to information, many of them actually possess the capability of being a jack of all trades, master of 10. Now the thing is, how do we bring it out of them? And then in the right stage, right place, and also the right motivations. And today, this year's edition, I saw 5 young talent. I'm sure there are many more that we missed out in the culling process. But I think they epitomizes the new agency world, where they see many things. They don't look at just output. They focus on outcomes. And then many of them are thinking very long term. They don't just solve a brief. Actually, I think all the presentations today had legs to carry on and bring across many markets, besides the target markets that Matthias has listed.
Matthias, last word goes to the client. We saw 6 incredibly strong ideas. Airbnb is a global phenomenon as well as a global brand. One gets the sense that maybe a great Asian idea could be something that is good enough these days to become global. I mean, that's an interesting dynamic. Did you feel that? Did you feel the quality today?
Absolutely, and it's my personal ambition to have more creative work travel from the east to the west. We have seen that in our first creative attempt last year. It was a film that we developed just for the Asia Pacific markets, which then was picked up by the US, by Europe, by Brazil, and also Russia. So we are going to continue to drive for this creative excellence coming out of Asia, and with the talent that we've seen here today, I have no fear for the future.
Well, if this is being watched by anybody who wishes to apply for the Rising Stars program at the Festival of Media next year, please do. You're going to be scrutinized by some amazing, dedicated judges that have worked really hard to make this project this year such a great success. Apply, get involved, develop, meet people, network, and develop your careers. To our judges, thank you very much. And from this year's Rising Star Award, which will be announced later at the gala dinner, thanks very much and goodbye.